So, for my books, ideas come from everywhere. I think of myself as a worst case scenario thinker by nature. And so literally if we would be like at a family dinner at a beautiful beach spot, and the kids would be like, can we go get ice cream? And I would immediately have every scenario in which going to get ice cream became like a life and death matter. So that is the nature of my brain. So a lot of times it's just a matter of, I see something and how could that go wrong? For instance, in the fall of 2006, when Exhumed came out, I was back at a campground in Montana, and it was the day my book was being released. And I was so curious to know how the book was doing. So my son and I drove out of the campground. There was no cell service at the campground. We drove out on the dirt road about 10 miles before we could get cell service. And while we were out there, a fire truck, not a off-road fire, like a suburban fire marshal truck, drove by and asked us if everything was okay, because we were stopped on this dirt road 10 miles away from the campground. And we said yes, we were fine, it was no big deal. And that was the idea for Expose, where at the very beginning, Dr. Schwartzman, who is the medical examiner in San Francisco, is driving into Golden Gate Park to go to a scene, and she notices a Jeep that is parked on the side of the road with a mother and a son sitting there. And as she drives back out after dealing with the dead body in a pond, she notices that the car is empty, but it's dark, and it doesn't make sense for the car to be left there in the park. And so that was just the inspiration was from this moment with my son, very innocuous, that turned into this sort of a worst case scenario.